silence breaks when I reach the door frame. The bitter look upon your face feels slow. I don't tremble at the sound of a name. Love feels like a silent shore. Small pink blossoms float inside a bitter warmth. Black liquid ripples where the soft leaves land. Push through people who said I would fail. Their quiet stares cannot pull my spirit down. This success creates a very different trail, while I wear the mystery of a dark gown. Love feels like a silent shore. Winter finally had to bow. Sweetness of this morning air. I slide the heavy window pane apart, tasting breeze where frozen stillness stayed. Tears are cooling down a grateful heart. Love feels like a silent shore. I don't ache for November anymore. I feel the heat inside this sudden shrub, refusing to believe what I was once told. White porcelain warms upon within the gray. Small droplets drum against the clouded pane. The kitchen stone stays cool beneath my toes. I hear a needle skip along the groove. Bright pixels wake upon the wooden shelf. A name appears and flickers through the dust. I let the battery pulse against the wood. He chooses peace beneath the swaying mesh. Every beat feels safe and deep, wide like oceans holding light. Thin paper resting on a cotton shirt. Dark ink from some old story stains the skin. The vapor drifts from ceramic to the air. His untamed spirit finds a place to rest. He watches the indicator fade to black. The silence tastes like honey in the mouth. Wind carries messages through the garden gate. The loose grip of the world lets go. Every beat feels safe and deep, wide like oceans holding light. Every beat feels safe and deep, wide like oceans holding light. grip stays on leather. I am a guest within doorways. Wait by the wooden frame silent. Watch as the hallway gets dark. Memories pack inside of those cases. Small bags rest on the floorboards. Notice my pulse slow to static. Turn to see what we became. New colors wash our gray. Weight is pull and release. Stare through the glass at trees. Pink petals fall on dark beans. Slide my ink on old paper. Now I can walk into life. New colors wash our gray. Weight is pull and release. New colors wash our gray. Weight finally melts to nothing. Weight is pull and release. Breathe in all this air.
My face is tight with steel, tied to a sweet, slow sting. Static fills this quiet white hall. Words are cheap and sharp and everything. Watch me waste this perfect morning gold. Silver beams from my heavy eyes. Cotton covers up the growing light. Wool socks brush against cold floor. Metal screeches as I lose more. Time moves in an empty room. Hold on to a pale silver bloom. Wool threads itch against my skin. Notice how the plastic mask wears thin. Steam rises from the silver spout. Bitter mouth wants to scream out. I used to feel my pulse. Time moves in an empty room. Hold on to a pale silver bloom. Ice cubes melt in ceramic cups. Look at how I gave up. Everything tastes like old kitchen dust. Back then I had simple trust. Now I wait for stars to fade. Time moves in an empty room. Weight pulls my ghost to you. I forgot how to speak my name. Time moves in an empty room. Hold on to a pale silver blue. Sunlight is the only way through. I am still learning the rules. Stay in the pale lazy day. I sit alone on a cold park bench, looking across at someone I once once knew. Your eyes meet mine, then I look away. A sharp crack begins and a heart so true. My pulse starts racing and my fingers shake. Everything feels bare and the sudden breaks. I am alone with these honest tears. This is the arrival after all these years. Crossed into the sunlight of a slow breakfast, can't stop the change moving through my heart. Caught in a moment that finally arrived. Crossed into a feeling where I feel alive. I push the window up so high today. November air has finally moved along. It tastes different as I watch you stay. The memories make me feel like I belong. Now I finally hold this handwritten letter. The breakthrough tells me things are getting better. This real moment has revealed the truth. I have finally emerged from a lonely youth. Crossed into the sunlight of a slow breakfast, can't stop the change moving through my heart. Caught in a moment that finally arrived. Crossed into a feeling where I feel alive. Crossed into the sunlight of a slow breakfast, can't stop the change moving through my heart. Caught in a moment that finally arrived. Crossed into a feeling where I feel alive. The cherry blossom petals blend in my cup. This is it, and I am finally looking up. I lean my back against the hardwood shelf, pretending to read a book while I look across at you. The silent room creates a pressure on my chest while I flip these paper pages without seeing one word. My pulse starts to sweat beneath my thin leather jacket. Every heavy second feels like a struggle just to breathe. I drop the quiet into pieces with the restless sigh. Now the air turns electric when our gazes finally meet. Weight pulls my heart back to the fire. Got to admit that I love how it burns. Growing addicted to the way we pray. I pack my lock and try to find a reason to leave. But I take the long way home just to pass your house, standing on the sidewalk like a runner at the start, moving toward a danger that I know I need to taste. Accidentally brushing hands, reaching for the same doorknob. That simple friction makes my spirit wanna climb. The tension builds a wall I strive to tear down tonight, and staying away is a battle I always lose on time. Weight pulls my heart back to the fire. Got to admit that I love how it burns. Growing addicted to the way we break. Pulls my heart back to the fire. Got to admit that I love how it burns. Addicted
your heavy boots thumping, the cold socks grip the wood. Love is the only gold sun. I belong where the corners long. Let the Monday drift far away. The metal whistle pierces the air. I watch the white steam flare. The cotton bed holds your shape. There is no plan or escape. I stand here with frozen toes. I build a life on hope, work through the dark and mope. One text message changed my heart. Work for a slow breakfast. Love is the only gold sun. The heavy kettle sings a song. Warmth hits me like a gun. I drop the silver phone down, looking for a king without town. Sweat drips off my weary face, winning this slow and steady race. I see the morning beam crawl. The kitchen floor feels like ice. Missing you twice is a price. Struggle just to hear your voice. Love was my only bold choice. Move for the life we own. Love is the only gold sun. Let the Monday drift far away. Stay here for a lazy day. I am finally waking up now. Love shows my spirit exactly how.
My toes press against the smooth cold ground while dawn arrives. Gray clouds weep softly against the glass outside my door. I pull a thin woolen blanket across my shaking knees. Small drops create a quiet rhythm on the stone ledge. Steam drifts from my white mug in thin white braids, while that old needle drags across the spinning black wax. The dark hours force the lock on my wooden chest. I must confess, everything before the morning sun begins burning. Everything is different when I see myself in your light. My heavy world turns gold because of how we breathe. Everything feels easy while we float in this high grace. The shaky heart finds home inside your silent, steady weight. I told my friends I spent the evening home alone. Instead I walked the back streets where no neighbors go. I found myself leaning on a green rope hammock string, hiding a folded paperback between the garden weeds and vines. Small memories hit me like a splash of summer lake, looking at your messy handwriting in the margin space. I lied to cover up the way we truly met, protecting the soft thing until the foundation is finally set. Everything is different when I see myself in your light. My heavy world turns gold because of how we breathe. Everything feels easy while we float us into a life that we made.
My coffee sits on a bench, small pink petals float in brew. A mask cracks when I grin, walking steps to lose this ache. The streetlights spin my eyes. I knew you would call again. You are transformed and free. Tears dry as the screen glows. I dare to pick it up. Fingers trace a stamp on paper. A wink hides the empty room. My mask finally falls away now. The street blur slows its pace. I realized I found the door. This moment revealed the truth. I finally let the past go. I knew you would call again. I am finally where I belong. Knew you would call again. You are transformed and free. I opened every heavy window wide. Winter leaves the park for good. November fades with the dark night. I sent that letter far away. We are revealed within this peace. I knew you would call again. No more waiting for a turn. The air feels fresh and clean. I knew you would call again. Love is the light in everything. You are transformed and free. Now this story is all mine. Tracks are disappearing. I grip these nylon straps against my chest. Each metal zipper sounds like static noise. Heavy suitcases rest beside my dusty shoes, waiting for a sign that I am not just decoys. My pulse beats hard within my shaky hands. I look across the hallway for a sign. Like the silence is a mountain I must climb. I need to earn the breath that makes you mine. Every second feels like I am under air. I fight to keep my feet from sliding home. I sweat through all the fear of being small, striving just to reach your heart alone. My mouth stays dry this is how a broken heart begins to mend. I sit within these library walls tonight. My heavy book serves as a wooden shield. Watching you read under that flickering lamplight, the quiet heart waits for the ground to yield. I decide to rise and move my tired feet, clutching the secret tied against my own skin. Walking toward the brass doorknob where we meet, I wait for the courage to let the air, keeping my love locked deep inside. There we collide like shifting weight, keeping my love locked deep inside. There we collide like shifting weight. We reached out and brushed hands upon the meadow, accidentally touching in that brief blue space. I watched the dust of an innocent life settle before I turned away to hide my flushing face. I take the long way home to pass your door, aiming for a glimpse of someone I miss so bad, searching for a life I can't ignore anymore, trying to find a brave face I never had, keeping my love locked deep inside. And we collide like shifting weight, keeping my love locked deep inside. No, we collide like shifting weight. Keeping my love locked deep inside. Where we collide like shifting weight. Keeping my love locked deep inside. Where we collide like shifting weight. Keeping my love locked deep inside. No, we collide like shifting weight.
I push my chair back as the bass gets loud. We lock eyes across the sweating crowd. I drop my head and stare down at the floor, trying to forget what I was looking. My coffee steam curls in the morning air. I sit while raindrops drum on the glass there. I turn the dial so the old record sings, while the cooling tile beneath my feet stings. My heart is racing in my own tight chest. I earn a piece while others need the rest. A paper bag lies flat upon my white shirt. I hide away so I can dodge the hurt. I gravitate toward your center line. A heavy weight says you should be mine. Weight pulls when I try to run. Our silent light outshines the burning sun. I stand right up and leave the shaded tree. A swaying hammock sets my body free. I walk to you and let the distance falls, determined now to claim it all.
silver chain looks heavy around her neck. Her new hand fits within yours so fast. Our kitchen floor felt colder yesterday alone. Cattle whistle scream against the quiet house. I look away to save my pride. Every gold ray finds its focus. Now my pulse is my own. Wool socks slide across the wooden boards. Those old pillows stay flat without a name. Monday keeps its distance for a while. I stand in steam until the glass blurs, watching someone take what was once mine. Cotton sheets tangle around my shaky legs. Sun hits my lids and I surrender. A long morning has no ticking clock. Peace builds a house where storms lived. Every gold ray finds its focus. I am learning how to burn. Now my pulse is my own. Coffee steam hits my face like a ghost. Fresh water pours over a metal mesh. I'm in a heart that sits in pieces. Every slow stitch feels like a victory. Building a world without a master key. Every gold ray finds its focus. Weight has no hold on me. The weight of everything finally breaks. Every gold ray finds its focus. Now my pulse is my own. Colors shift where corners used to hide. I let the morning take me. I finally choose my soul. Sunbeams dance across our skin as corners disappear. A sudden warmth dissolves the quiet trace of fear. Our simple grace makes every world spin right. Love stays within this golden open light. Cotton layers keep my frozen toes so warm. Standing on tiles away from every winter storm. The metal spout begins a loud and steady hum. I count each beat until the silver bubbles come. Waiting for steam to hit my face in the dark. Looking at numbers, hoping to find a small spark. I check my contact list with an aching thumb. My brain feels frozen and my heart feels numb. Soft rays find your face like a tired glove. It is a slow and first kind of deep love. I watch the screen and see your glowing name, but I stay still and play this silent game. Corners stretch out long on the wooden floor. I wanna walk right through your open door. Steps are heavy as I pace through the hall, hoping my courage does not start to fall. Morning gold stretches until it hits the rug, holding my peace like a heavy ceramic warmth. I reach for lock, then I let them drop. Every racing thought comes to a sudden stop. Busy bells are calling us back home. Our minds are free, and finally they roam. He unclicked the follow while the moon stayed high. Small ghosts left behind within a glowing blue screen. Thumb drifts loose across every memory he ever saw. His thumb hovers until the slate finally stays clean, deleting our photos until the screen looks empty. Each tap carries a weight while he stands so alone. But his room feels wide now the ghosts are gone. Every heavy picture flies into the great unknown. Midnight starts the air tasting new, moving where the colors change my mind. Midnight starts the air tasting new, moving where the colors change my mind. Opening the window for the first time since November. The street untamed and the air tastes sweet. A park bench holds him while he watches life wake up. Cherry blossom petals drift to his coffee in the street. Finally he signs the handwritten letter he should send. Stamping the envelope makes his whole world feel wide. Tears left his eyes once, but now they feel dry. Joy comes emerged from the secrets he used to hide. Midnight starts the air tasting new, moving where the colors change my mind. Midnight starts the air tasting new, moving where the colors change my mind. Midnight starts the air tasting new. I realized I finally pushed right through. Midnight starts the air tasting new, moving where the colors change my mind. My heavy bags pressed down against my feet. I watch your face for any tiny change. A menacing quiet fills up our street. Our old life feels suddenly so strange. You track my hands while I check my screen. A blade of ice cuts right through the air. Stillness remains the worst thing I have seen. Wait for one word, but you only stare. Nothing is deeper than the pull of you, so can break this grip we held tight. Now I am falling into something new. No way to hide from the soft light. I pretend to read a book while I see a corner move across the library floor. I watch the pages while you look at me across the quiet room near the double door. We brushed our hands, reaching for a handle. The doorknob felt like it could start a fire. Burned like the wax on a dying candle. Fed by a moment and a first love desire. Nothing is deeper than the pull of you. There can break this grip we held tight. soft light. Nothing is deeper than the pull of you. Now can break this grip we held tight. Still I am falling into something new. No way to hide from the soft light. I walked the long way home to pass your door. An innocent heart wanting so much more.
Streetlight blurs against the crowded bar. Bodies spin while music hits hard. Strangers dance inside this heavy bass. I am just a ghost tonight. See the city sweat and sway, moving like a tidal wave now. Broken ice floats in my palm while the walls begin to shake. Steel rims press against my skin. No name to answer to today. Air feels slick within my grip. Hear the kettle whistle loud now. Life is tired when it opens. We are open when we find where the heavy pieces leave behind. Stare into the flashing strobes ahead. Met you by the brick wall. Same old coat and messy hair. Years fell down like domino stones. Watching how we built this home. Wind is blowing through our coats. No name to answer to today. As we leave the noise alone, we earn the space we find. No name to answer to today. Warm sun touches my tired skin. Tide is turning inside my chest. Sweating moves left at door. Building something worth much more.
That old record crackles through the night, spinning every ghost back into light. I hear that guitar riff start low, pushing past the things I let go, walking toward you where the tiles chill. Weight is taking over my space. I am standing on the landing still. I found home inside this quiet place. Sharing all the secrets never told. Raindrops drum against the bedroom glass. I am letting all the tension pass. Gray water slides down the white wall. Wait for us to risk the fall. Wait for a lazy day. I am finding words I never say. Coffee steam hits the kitchen door. I am done wanting anything more. Weight is taking over my space. I put your old records. Will you keep my secrets tonight? Never told. Bare feet stay where it feels right. We survived the longest, darkest night. paperback resting on my tired chest. Weight is taking over my space. Skin feels electric where you stay close. Heart knows what it misses the most. Weight is taking over my space. Love is tracing out these new lines. Every breath brings me closer to gold. I am walking through the doorway with my head held high, searching for the ghosts of those who told me I would fail. Corners start to gather where the doubting used to hide. Empty rooms are watching while my silk begins to trail. My shoes echo loud against the polished wooden floor. I find myself alone beneath the heavy silver light. Tears were left behind us at the threshold of the door. Looking back is easy now, the future shines so bright. Now the heat is rising through the fabric of my clothes. I realize I finally made it to the peak alone. Nothing matters but the way my quiet triumph flows. Revealed within a sanctuary I can call my own. Reach for every color that was hidden in the gray. Run through all the gardens where the blossoms never fade. Read the way the morning light has found another way. Right within the motion of a promise finally made. I stand before the windows facing north to feel the draft opening. The glass is like a tonic on my skin. Since November I have missed the air that made me laugh. The taste of it is different now. I let the seasons on the park bench, cherry blossom petals start to land. My warmth turns to floral water beneath the heavy tree. One handwritten letter rests inside my open hand. A breakthrough was the message that I sent to set me free. Right within the motion of a promise finally made, I stepped into the garden as the heavy doors were slammed.
Someone walks in beside your side. My breathing stops and lungs get tight. Checking titles on these wooden shelves. Corners fall between our former selves. Hardcovers hide my burning face. Watching them take my old space. Inside this room I stay so still, choking on this bitter pill. Since every secret got unfurled, same habits haunt this ghost town. Since every secret got unfurled, same habits haunt this ghost town. Metals click on the front hall entrance. Silent air carries such a heavy sentence. We both grab for that single metal knob. Brushing skin makes my tired pulses throb. That sudden electric heat secret got unfurled. Same habits haunt this ghost town. Since every secret got unfurled. Same habits haunt this ghost town. Every secret got unfurled. Same habits haunt this ghost town. Since every secret got unfurled. Small moments broke my quiet world. Since every secret got unfurled. Only past your door. I cannot find my innocence anymore. I lie still and hold my breath. She corners look like paper birds now. Everything shifted while I was sleeping deep. Your wrist rests heavy against my ribs. Small pink petals float in my drink. The wooden bench feels cold and hard. Tastes like dusty spring rain. Sun hits the ceramic mug in my hand. Everything I felt has finally turned true. This is the day I stayed. We are here in the gold glow. I realized we made it through together. Everything changed when I woke up. I pushed the window latch up high. Fresh air hits my face like silk. Winter has gone back into the ground. My letter is sealed in a blue envelope. Ink lines show every secret I held. I reach the spot where we begin. I smell the grass through the screen. Every ghost from last month is gone. This is the day I stayed. And is the shift of the tide. I finally found a way to stay. Left my lungs. This is the day I stayed. Love is the light in this room. Yet is the shift of the tide. Up until tonight I chose to wait for your sign. Under every corner I just tried to be kind. Us together was a mountain I was tired of being. Unfair is the weight that I carry till it is gone. I hold a plastic cup while I stand in this kitchen. I see the people spinning and they hear the heavy beat. My boots are staying still against the moving of their feet. Sadness reaches out and touches my cold hand. I look around and realize I do not know where I stand. And
empty bottles line the counter where I used to sit with you. Wistful eyes are searching for a shade of something new. Up until tonight I chose to wait for your sign. Under every corner I just tried to be kind. Us together was a mountain I was tired of being. Unfair is the weight that I carry till it is gone. The air tastes different than the smoke that I remember. I am done with the memories that make my spirit feel used. I found a handwritten letter and the choice is not confused. Cherry blossom petals landing in your coffee on a park bench. The bitter flavor is the only thing I have left to quench. I finally have the courage to send what I had to say. I am watching all the winter frost just fade far away. Up until tonight I chose to wait for your sign. Under every corner I just tried to be kind. Us together was a mountain I was tired of being. Unfair is the weight that I carry till it is gone. The spring arrived and told me I was finally free. Now the only person that I need is simply me. Coffee steam hits the cold ceiling. I watch his closed eyes shift. Wet clouds tap against the pane. Records spin while the needle skips. Everything changed when the sun set. Small bare feet find flat stone. Quiet breaths move his sleeping chest. Paperback pages flutter in the draft. Coldness spreads through my empty core. I wonder why I stayed behind, slow pulling towards a tired haze. Dust settles on the silent hammock. Trees bend in the gray morning. I notice how he smells different. Life happens when we stay still. Betrayal tastes like a bitter seed. Time blurs while the rhythm stops. Wait until the heat returns home. Forget the person I was yesterday. Hold on to what the silence means. I am lost inside the weight. Every corner finds a new light. Hope the mirror treats you well. Glad you found a better light. Small pieces of a fractured heart. Was I worth the clever trap? Let the morning take it all. The party glows in streetlight hues and static noise. I lean against the wall with my empty glass. I feel so detached while they find their joys. Invisible as I watch the minutes pass. You are just a corner against the spinning crowd. is a beautiful blur in your sight. I spent an hour pretending to read my book, but I was busy watching you across the aisle. You never saw the focus of my hidden look, or the way my heart would race for a while. Our hands once brushed against that metal doorknob. We reached together, but we pulled away quick. I felt my breath stutter with the silent throb. The feeling of this innocent crush makes me sick. Every heartbeat is a heavy soft lie. Vanished mirrors bring the soul home tonight. Life is a beautiful blur in your sight. I walked the long way home just to see your house. I needed to believe that this world was real. We am so grateful for the peace you arrive. Everything feels right in the way that I feel. View how we grew when the sun started rising. My coffee mug feels cold between my palms. A heavy wall divides our quiet kitchen chairs. I count the threads upon your woven sleeve. The silence is a fire that fills the rooms, slowly turning hours to gold. Love is the light through open air. I pick my keys from the wooden stand. Your shifting gaze tells the bitter truth. Leaving is a silent dance of grief. I stand in wool socks on the floor. Metal kettle steam begins its sharp, loud whistle. No Monday names are waiting in our home. My bags are packed beside the hallway door, slowly turning hours to gold. Love is the light through open air. Resting where we used to hide. Your face drifts past the crowd. I drop my chin to breathe. Glass drips with gray autumn rain. The porcelain burns my frozen palms. I look down at my heels. My heart hits a jagged edge. One blade cuts through my chest. Time stops in a frantic beat. You watch me while I break. We are weight pulling everything down. Love is the only sharp thing. I sweat under your sudden glare. My life feels like a chore. The paper ink stains my thumbs, black circles trap. The net under trees feels loose. Small drops hit the wooden frame. I am done with the games. We are weight pulling everything down. I want to belong to you. It feels like a final fall. We are weight pulling everything down. Love is the only sharp thing. Deep love is a blinding light. I want to belong there. The steam clears our path. I press my skin against the cool tile floors. Steam from the mug curls up towards the ceiling. Watching you from the hallway through these open doors, waiting for a look or some kind of healing. The neighbors think I am a lucky man. They hear the vinyl spinning on the shelf. Watching how I work toward a bigger plan, building every piece of this story for myself. We are weight pulling on a tired string. My heart is gold that I am trying to give. Time is the only truth I can bring. You are the reason I want to live. Rain hits the air with the rhythm I recognize. A hammock moves under the branches of the yard. I see the doubt that lived within your eyes, winning the game while holding every single card. I hold a paper bag face down on my chest. The life I used to lead feels so small now. Fade out the voices and I put my pride to rest, striving for a place that they would not allow. Small pink blossoms land in bitter brew. Deep breaths pull through an open pane. Cold park benches chill my winter bones. Sweat beads build upon my frozen palms. One fast glance across the tiled floor. Look away before the break begins. My ribcage cracks with every sudden beat. Air tastes different, like a new start. Hands start shaking while the walls move. Now I realize that we arrived. The turning point is clear and real. This quiet morning starts within the dark. This is it and we arrived. Faded paper holds a silent scream. Stamp sits dry beside my coffee cup. I see your corner in the door. Tears reach edges of my tie. is melting into green. My pulse is running like a stream. Now I realize that we arrived. I found the spark within the blue. Finally we crossed into the open air. The letter waits for your warm hand. Ink reveals a truth I kept hid. Memories fade as we stand.